All right, so this is another sit and speak. Can't really do walk and talks at the moment because it is absurdly cold. We're probably getting snow in the next couple days as well. So I wanted to do this one though because this morning, as of filming this, President of the United States called for the arrest and trial and then execution of several Democratic legislators. So. Like, what? It's so unhinged. So what happened was these Democrats came out with a video where they encouraged the military to not follow unlawful orders. So what that means is if the military, if you're a serviceman and you get an order to do something that you know is illegal, don't do it, which is in the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Yes, I've never heard of that before either, by the way, but it is a thing. It's the oath that they take in the military to serve the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, which essentially means they're going to follow the Constitution before anybody can tell them to do something illegal. If you're in the military, you're not supposed to break the law. You're not supposed to follow an unlawful order. That's just how it is. Now, they do all the time, but they're not supposed to. And so these Democrats just came out and said that Trump took that and went on a epic rant. He truth socialed all over our faces and in all caps basically said they should be arrested, put on trial for seditious behavior, and then followed it up. This is like the big one. Followed up with seditious behavior punishable by death. He also retweeted a bunch of people. One in particular said, "Hang them, George Washington would." I just have to throw it out there, man. Like, this guy is so unhinged right now, and I'm sure he's having a temper tantrum because of the Epstein situation. If you don't know and live under a rock, it was overwhelmingly voted through, only one nay in the House of Representatives to release the Epstein files. Then the Senate actually just straight up just passed without, and it's very rare for this to happen, just passed what the House passed. They didn't ask for any fixes or redactions or anything. They just passed it unanimously. So I mean, this, like, basically this was a home run and went through both of our, our House and our Senate. And then Trump had no choice. He had to sign it because if he didn't, he would look exceptionally guilty. Well, Pam Bondi comes out today as well and releases a statement saying that because they opened up an investigation a couple days ago into the Epstein case, they opened a brand new investigation. It's going to be delayed before they can release the Epstein files as Congress told them to do so, which a lot of people were predicting because, I mean, that's what they have the right to do. The president has the right to do that. If it's under an investigation, they can basically just say, well, as long as the investigation's open, we don't have to release anything. So when he signed the bill the other night, that's the intention, is that they do not intend to release these files at all. They are going to try to keep this investigation going, at least for as long as his presidency is going. So don't expect to get the Epstein files for the next, I guess, 3 years. As long as they can keep that investigation going, they'll probably give you tidbits. My prediction, they are absolutely scrubbing out his name, all the Republicans' names. They're going to come out and say it was only the Democrats, it's only Bill Clinton, it's only Bill Gates, it's only the liberals. And, just to make it clear, I don't care who's on that file. Like, I don't care who is in there. If they diddled, if they're pedophiles, they gots to go to jail, son. Like, I don't even care if Bernie Sanders is in there. Right? I'm a huge Bernie Sanders fan. He's not in there. But if he was, send that man to jail. Every single person, regardless of political affiliation, should be determined, proven guilty, and sent their ass to jail. Lock the key. F them. Diddlers are the worst ever. But apparently, even though a bunch of MAGA has sided with this ideology that I'm sharing with you, there's still quite a few that are just saying point blank, they're taking up the whole, oh, it's a hoax. Well, if it's a hoax, then how the hell are there Democrats on there? If it's fake, what? It was a hoax in that the Democrats just tried to use it against Trump, but he's in there, but it's not real, but the Democrats are in there, and it is real. But back to the original point. I still can't believe that the President of the United States just called for the deaths of his political opponents. If any other president any other president in the modern era had done that, regardless if it's a Republican or Democrat, that'd be it. 25th Amendment, you're out. The Congress would get together. They'd say, nope, we can't have this. Get them the fuck out of there. This is unacceptable. But this guy can get away with anything, apparently, at least for a certain amount of time now. I feel like he's on his downward spiral. I don't know if you agree with me. When I see him talk now, his voice is raspy. He's lost his energy. He's insulting reporters. He just called a reporter, he said, "Shut up, piggy." Can you imagine any other president? Like Barack Obama was talking to a Fox News reporter. And like, it's not uncommon for the president in the past to say, cut them off and say, "Hey, you're being rude," or something like that. But imagine if Barack Obama was like, "Shut up, piggy." like, "Hey, calm down there, fat tits." Like, it would be insane. It would be the biggest political scandal ever, but this guy just keeps getting away with it. Yeah, this is nuts. I mean, like, I saw somebody on Twitter say this, and I agree with it. If this is not enough for the 25th Amendment, for Congress to get together and basically kick the president out of office so the vice president can become president, what is it for then? Like, when will it ever apply? He just called for the deaths of Democratic lawmakers because they said, follow the Constitution, don't break the law. I don't know, like, at this point, I feel pretty vindicated overall, because if you're still defending him at this point, he's lost his fucking mind. If you're MAGA, you want JD Vance. You should want JD Vance because he at least can play the game. He can tap dance. Trump is just in a nosedive right now. He is absolutely lost control of not only his party, but he's lost control of the narrative. And he just looks weak. He looks like he is now officially a lame duck president, which if you don't know what that is, that's always the second term of a president. They have about a year into their second term to get something passed. If they don't, they become a lame duck, which means that they have no power. No one's going to listen to them, and everybody's just going to kind of like wait until the next administration comes in. And that's what he feels like to me. It feels like his party has decided this is not worth our time anymore. If you are a senator or a House member, or even like a governor, and you have an election coming up, you got to think about yourself, because at this point, he's gone in 3 years. That's the way that they're thinking anyway. He's gone in 3 years. I need to watch my own ass. So that's what I think is happening with like a Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's watching her own ass. And honestly, like, she's pretty based at the moment with some of her rhetoric. Obviously, I disagree with her on a lot. But she's smart. She's coming out at the front of the pack, and she was really smart to get ahead of this. It's a gamble, but it could be a great gamble. You could see her running for Senate. You could see her running for the presidency in 2028. Yeah, at this point, I feel like if you're loyal to Trump and just not questioning him in the slightest, man, you're just not playing a very good long-term game. Like, you're just laying down and going, well, that's the end of my political career, probably. It would be a lot better for you to show a backbone and actually do something. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys have to think about this one. I'm sure there's going to be a couple people that are going to tell me I've got TDS and it's totally acceptable for the president of the United States to call for the death sentence and hanging of his political opponents. But you're wrong. I mean, that's just all. You're just fucking wrong. You're crazy at this point if you still think that this is acceptable behavior from the leader of our country. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys have to think about it. Let me know in the comments down below and let's have a discussion. Bye.